Oh, see, I knew I forgot something. I'm not used to being on this early. I be forgetting stuff. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How y'all doing? Oh, I don't know why I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm gonna take this off. There's no way this hoodie's lasting the entire length of the. There's no way this hoodie's lasting the entire length of the live. It was super comfy, so I decided to go for it. But I'm regretting my decision almost immediately. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Pixie. I wish you were doing better. I woke up. I didn't sleep like almost at all. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I didn't sleep like at all. Yeah, we're early. I bet you guys didn't think I existed this early in the morning, but I do. It's crazy. I do. I'm alive and everything. I'm alive and everything. It's wild. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm throwing your rhythm off. Okay. I'm sorry about that. What I'm hoping is possibly there's a chance that I can get you guys into a new rhythm. Maybe. My my rhythm is also off because I'm not used to being on these early. Okay. But see what you guys get two awesome things by me being here in the morning, right? One, I get to leave you guys first thing in the morning, like brand new information. We get to talk about stuff. That's great. Two, I'm like just into my second cup of coffee. So I'm a lot more lively. Y'all are used to getting me at night after I've been like, I get up at 5 in the morning and then I go on at like 7 at night. I'm exhausted by that point. You know, that's funny. I'm exhausted by that point. Now you guys get me all fresh and awake. You guys get me all fresh and awake. Isn't that fun? So people are like, no, you're too loud for this early in the morning. And I'm sorry. Okay. I can't help that. MAGA won't like that. Well, I think we will do a little bit. So this is kind of how things are going to kind of flow for a bit. Um, what we're going to kind of do is this is going to be my new time. This is going to be my new format. However, and this is I'm planning on this being Monday through Friday for I'm going to give it like 90 days. And we're going to see about making this the new time. This is going to be a lot more news focused, a lot more current events focused. However, as you can see, there's still going to be a time for people to call in, whether you're friendly or whether you disagree, whatever. Towards the end of the live, there's still going to be time to call in and hang out and do all of that stuff so that we're still talking and hanging out. With that said, for if you guys are used to my my normal like night debate content, I still plan on doing that like a couple times a week. So this will look like every day, Monday through Friday, and you'll get a couple days a week where I'll also get on later in the evening and see about doing some little debate stuff. And we're gonna try this out for a few months. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys don't hate me afterwards for the change. If you like it, it's 100% on me. If you hate it with everything you have, just blame Ari. I think that's usually the way that's supposed to go. All right. I think that's the way we're supposed to do it. So if you love it, it's kind of like Donald Trump said about Iran. Like if it works, it's on me. If you hate it, it's JD Vance's fault. or should we do if you like it, blame me. If you hate it, just blame Biden. But Biden. Someone says they're blaming George Soros. That checks. That checks. It's probably Daddy Soros's time. It's probably time for Daddy Soros. He's my favorite. He's my favorite. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will tell you this, guys. I'm not a morning person, but I am like as soon as I wake up, I'm worthless. But I need like a couple hours after I wake up, and that's actually when I'm like the most cognitively there. And then it kind of fades out throughout the day. So I'm a midday person. I'm like a banker's hours person. You know what I'm saying? Hey Matt, thanks. Yeah, I'm like a banker's hours person. Seems fair. Not too early, not too late, just right. I'm like how some of y'all are with temperature. Like, oh, I just want it to be between 72 and 74 all days, every day. That's for all y'all that live in San Diego. That's why you guys spend all that money to live there. Because you guys like the weather too much. Because you guys like the weather too much. That's what it is. Well, you said a ladybug free today. Good for you, Matt. Good for you. Well, if you guys are not morning people at all, right? If you guys are all just completely like no mornings whatsoever, well, guess what? That's the perfect time for you to come hang out on the show. And you can come hang out with me and I'll help you start your morning a little bit better. All right. But yes, that is how we'll do it. Oh goodness. What's going on? Oh yeah. That'll be news for tomorrow. We're not talking about that today. Tomorrow we'll talk about the newly implemented blockade on Iran. So this is how we're gonna go. As you guys can see, I have a whole bunch of stuff to the side of me. Okay. You see, let's see if I can, hold on. I got to do it backwards because I'm not mirrored. So okay. I got Lindsey Graham. We're going to talk Lindsey Graham. I got Mitch McConnell over here. Marionette McConnell. That's his new name. A little Hunter Biden over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about all these things. Then I'm going to open up the phone lines over here. Now, when I open up the phone lines, that also opens up the guest request box on TikTok. And when I open that up, if you got something you want to say about it, about any of the things that we're talking about, I'm going to open you up to talk about it. I don't care if you're friendly. I don't care if you're not. Doesn't matter to me. We're going to open up the things. If you got something to say, come up and say it. Now, I'm not going to let you go for, an hour. But I'll let you go. I'll let you go for a while. I'll let you go for a bit. I won't cut you off immediately. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. I even got this. See, I did this cool little thing where I can go like, watch this, watch. I can do this. So you guys know which one I'm talking about. Isn't that cool? I spent way too much time making that. I spent way too much time making that. Like way too much. I could have done really good things with my time. I instead chose to make sure that I could switch the little highlight to the next thing like that. Isn't that crazy? The things we get caught up, the holes we dive into. The holes we dive into when we think something will look cool. Multi-talent? No, I'm not multi-talented. It probably would have taken a very bad graphic designer all of like a half a second to do that, and it took me longer than I want to admit to make that happen. All right. Wow. Shall we get this thing started? Thank you guys all so much for being here. I really appreciate y'all. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, whichever one applies to you. You guys know how to support the live if you'd like. Of course, I have, live gifts going on both things, and gift goals and super chats and all that stuff. Sharing out the live is super helpful. Reposting it, getting that going. Hitting that like button, whether that's one time over on the tubes or many times over on the TikTokies. Those heart me's for the TikTokies, those are always helpful. So yeah, I appreciate that. And we're just gonna have some fun. Well, I'm gonna have some fun. I hope you all do too. I'm gonna have some fun, and I hope you guys are here for it. And that's what I'm talking about. I hope you guys are all here for it. So here's what we know. Lindsey Graham is dead. Lindsey Graham is very dead. And I've been scouring a whole bunch of stuff, just trying to see what people's reactions are to Lindsey Graham being dead. It's pretty wild, I think, how little a lot of people care. Just how little a lot of people care. So he was on CNN, he went on like all sorts of stuff, and like immediately people were like, we don't care about Lindsey Graham, we care about the Strait of Hormuz, and that's about it. Now, if you ask my opinion, do I truly care if Lindsey Graham is gone? No, not really. I really don't. He's a war hawk. He was a war hawk. He was a racist. He was not a good person whatsoever. He had huge hands in all sorts of wars that got so many Americans killed and so many people in other countries killed, right? Children killed in so many of these things. And Lindsey Graham kind of switched over, right? Because Lindsey Graham did not want Donald Trump to be in. I don't know if you guys remember all of that, but Lindsey Graham did not want Donald Trump to be in. And him, just like Marco Rubio, just like all of these guys, they all switched as soon as Donald Trump, I don't know, got a hold of their balls. I don't know if he has something on them or somebody else has something for him or whatever. Now, he died from, what is it called? An aortic dissection? I don't know what a dissection. Someone that knows medicine more than I do can correct me. Dissection, something like that. Does anyone else find that super weird? Like, honestly, does anybody else find this like super, 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 super weird? The guy comes back from Kiev. Was he back 24 hours before he died? I don't think he was back 24 hours before he was gone. All right. He was over there visiting drone factories in Ukraine. All right. Like, he was like, I think I have the video of it. I'll see if I can pull the video. He was visiting literal drone factories, holding drones up. Like, hey, here's the things that are going to attack Russia, right? He's visiting drone factories, meeting with President Zelensky, shaking his hand, hanging out, doing all this stuff. He turns around, flies back, and as soon as he gets back, what is he talking about? He's talking about how we need to put all these sanctions on Russia, right? Putting all these sanctions on Russia, all right? And like, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to help supply Ukraine, we need to help them build their drones, we need to do all this stuff, we need to put more sanctions on Russia, we need to do all of this stuff. And so he comes back, he's talking about all this stuff, and then boom, drops dead. Now, it's not like we're talking about a country that isn't like super well known for doing this exact thing. Right? There was that guy in the UK not too long ago. Took him like 2 years to figure out that he had been assassinated by the KGB. Right? And I'm not saying, look, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a virologist, or I don't know. What's a doctor that studies his assassination attempts? Does that exist? I don't know. That I would actually study that though. But we did a little research, and apparently this can be caused by just like eating too much licorice. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but it seems like it's just like like it doesn't seem like it would be that hard, right? So anyways, I'm not saying that he was assassinated, but I will say not only was he just in Ukraine cozying on up to everybody and their mom. I'll see if I can find that video of him literally in. Yeah, this was him. This was just recently, Lindsey Graham. Like just recently. So I freaking had everything. I gotta move it here so I can get the chat in there. This was just recently. Right?
We've reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. It means it's going to become law. So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal to the Republican and Democratic leader to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package that would give tools to President Trump to help end this war. There's some things we can do on the technology front to build on the lethality of Ukraine to protect itself from ballistic missile attack. If we did that, combined with creating tools to punish those countries that prop up Putin, that make money off this war, then I think we've got the best chance since I've been coming here in the last 5 years to get Putin to the peace table. We've reached agreement with the White House.
As soon as I get back, right? That's what he was saying. As soon as I get back. This was him. Hold on. Let's see if I can bring up this other video too. One sec. So I can find it really quick. Yeah. Here is him.
Thank you very much.
Oh, shoot. Let's see if I can pull the picture. I can't put the video up because it's getting mad at me. This is him in a Ukrainian drone factory just like a couple days ago. He's holding the thing. He's so happy about it. He's so happy about it. And then he comes back. Now, just throwing out there, seems weird. Seems weird. All right. Let me throw out something else just for fun, right? Take it or leave it, any way you want to take it. Iran just said they were going to do this. Like a few days ago. All right. Just a few days ago. All right. Iran said they threatened him. They threatened Donald Trump. They threatened all of these people. And then all of a sudden, one of them drops dead. Now, my only concern with the Iran thing, and people are saying that, I'm seeing in the chat, people are saying Iran already took credit for it. I didn't see any of that. My bigger curiosity is, how does Iran have the ability to do it? Like, if you told me Russia did it, I have complete confidence that Russia actually has the ability to actually do it. But I don't actually believe that Iran has the capability. Does Iran have the capability of getting to Lindsey Graham? Is that possible? Like, shouldn't we all be like a little bit more concerned if Iran has the capability? If Iran has the capability to get to Lindsey Graham in under a week? Shouldn't we be concerned if Russia can do it? What is the Secret Service even do? Like, what are any of these people's bodyguards even doing? A collab? I don't know. I mean, if you're just asking me personally, that'd be my bet. All right, that'd be my bet. I would bet that it was some type of collab. It's just strange. There's two, like, at a certain point of coincidence, you have to stop thinking it's coincidence, right? At a certain point of coincidence, you have to stop believing it's coincidence. There's just too many, like, my brain doesn't allow me to say that all of these things in a row, okay, that this many things in a row just happen to happen. So he's threatened with assassination from Iran. A few days later, he goes to Ukraine, starts hanging out freaking in drone factories. All right, starts hanging out in drone factories, and then 24 hours later, gone. Look, I don't care. Y'all can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want. All right, you can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, and that's totally fine. I in this case, I will accept it. All right, in this way, I will accept it. All right. All I'm saying is, there's a reason why the FBI has already said they're investigating this thing. The FBI doesn't investigate deaths of old age. All right? Even Kash Patel leading the FBI, who I don't trust him to solve, a Scooby-Doo mission. Even him, okay? Like, something's fucking fishy going on. All right? Yes, Kash Patel would have to show up sober enough to do the job, okay? Yeah, they're not investigating it because he had a slip and fall. Okay? It's suspicious at the minimum. Okay? But I want to talk about Lindsey Graham. All right? I want to talk about Lindsey Graham. he's been calling for war for everyone forever, right? He was a huge fan, like trying to propagate war again, built at drone factories, trying to cause more war. He's been a huge supporter of Israel and all the things that they've done, right? Including the genocide that's going on in Palestine. All right. He has consistently been this foreign policy war hawk that has propagated violence, that has propagated death, that has been, some would say, I don't even know how to say it. So he is a piece of shit. Okay. And they're already, I guess Nancy Mace is already saying she's looking to take his seat. She didn't take 12 hours to do that, which I also find a little weird. It was almost like she was prepped. It was almost like she was prepped to be ready to do this. But anywho, I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that this thing looks really super suspicious. I think it looks super, super weird. Like, this is what I'm talking about, Lindsey Graham. I'm just gonna play the audio. I don't want to play the video because apparently I get in trouble for playing the video. But I want to play, like, this is Lindsey Graham, and I'm gonna play the audio on it.
God bless you, but look, you know, I've been going all over South Carolina like most people. Hadn't slept much. But look what's going on in Israel. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by...
Sorry, I probably should have given you all some context before you guys listen to this. He was being asked on Fox News about a hurricane that devastated South Carolina, his state. All right? About a hurricane that devastated... All right? That devastated his state. And this is what he has to say about it.
God bless you, but look, you know, I've been going all over South Carolina like most people. Hadn't slept much. But look what's going on in Israel. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people that want to kill them, destroy them, a second Holocaust in the making. And Biden says, be proportional. What is the proportional response to people who want to kill you and your family? God. They're running out of ammunition in Israel. We have to help our friends to keep the war over there from coming here.
They're willing to
Elon Musk for that. But look,
you know it's bad when Fox News is like, oh my God, I can't believe you're saying this. So he flew for almost 24 hours and his family has a history of heart issues. His dad died young. He flies all the time. He flies all the time. So you're telling me all of this flying he does, he flies all over the place on Air Force One. He's flying, bouncing around the country, bouncing to other countries. He does all this flying, but he just happens to die on the one where he comes back from Ukraine the week of that Iran threatens him. If he was flying from South Carolina to California for whatever, then I would be like, okay, yeah, that just happens. It just happens to be this one. It just happens to be this one. That's a little strange to me. It's a little strange. I'm looking to see where Iran said that they did it. I'm seeing where they called it malicious. And where they say they don't feel bad for them. I see right here where Al Jazeera is reporting that their foreign minister, which I'm not gonna try to butcher his name, says, our people will not mourn a man whose philosophy on life was aggression and intimidation. His entire being was malicious. Where are you guys seeing that Iran said that they did it? Well, I'm not saying I disagree. I just wonder, where are you guys seeing that they said they did it? Yeah, I haven't seen that anywhere. Jess, that's a really good question. Oh, on Truth Social, on a Lego video. Okay, well, we're not exactly going to take that as like, you know, if our two sources are the Lego video and and Truth Social, I think maybe we'll hold off on that for a bit. Jess actually asked a really good question. Said now, how they know it was an aortic aneurysm? Not sure. Have they already done an autopsy? That's a really good question. That's actually a really good question. Like, truthfully, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. How do you diagnose someone with some of these things without without an autopsy? Can you do that? The news said they did an autopsy? That's a fast autopsy, isn't it? Autopsies are okay. Maybe that's on me. Maybe that's on me. I don't know how fast autopsies are done. They're done within 24 hours. A preliminary autopsy. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But someone's saying toxicology is really slow, so we don't know if it could have been something else that could have been like interesting. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll find out more. I think the biggest thing that worries me about this entire thing, like that really worries me personally, right? I think the biggest thing that worries me, and let me see if I can put this thing up here. I think the biggest thing that worries me is, can we really trust the Trump administration to actually find a way? First of all, if it was an assassination, can we really trust this administration to do whatever? I don't know. Do we retaliate? Can we really trust them? And if it's not if it's not an assassination, can we really trust this administration to not just claim it was an assassination so that they could find a way? So that they could find a way to attack somebody? Like, truthfully, like, how do we know that the Trump administration isn't going to just take this, like, make Kash Patel, make up some crazy fucking story about an assassination attempt, right? And use it to go, like, nuke Iran or something. See, this is, like, the bigger problem that we have, right? This is the bigger problem that we have with this administration, is that you can never know what's real and what's not. You never know what's real and what's not. Like, I'm surprised he hasn't already tried to blame Ukraine for it. Like, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting them to pop straight out and just start blaming Ukraine for it. Like, right off the bat. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, nuke Iran in Lindsey Graham's name. Exactly. Well, like, you've already seen this. Like, when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they never tried to bring peace to the situation. Right? It was all violence. It was all violence. So why should I expect anything else but violence now? Like, I don't even trust, because, Lindsey Graham was, he was always sucking up to Trump. Like, I don't think it's a surprise that we're reinstituting blockades today. right? It's all a vengeance thing. It's always a next step, a movement forward. I don't know. It's been a weird weekend. It's been a really, really weird weekend. And Trump doesn't want to talk about it at all. I don't even want to get into how dumb. Actually, I am going to get into it for real quick. This is CNN. Okay, Donald Trump called CNN to talk about Lindsey Graham. And this was Jake Tapper.
Well, I know you don't want to talk about any other issues out of respect for Lindsey Graham, but we would love to have you back sometime because I do have a lot of other questions for you, sir.
Sure. We'll do that. We'll do that.
Thank you for calling
We're trying
in.
to have CNN go in a normal path, and we'll do that.
Well, I'm on a normal path right here, sir, and I appreciate your time,
Good.
and thank you for calling in.
Okay.
Yes, that wasn't even the first part. The first part, Jake Tapper asked him, like, hey, why are you guys closing the Strait of Hormuz? And he's like, don't fucking talk about it. Like, just don't talk about it. And he was like, oh, okay. CNN's such a fucking joke now, dude. They are such a fucking joke. They are a complete fucking joke. Somebody sent it in. You sent it in Discord? What'd you send in Discord? I don't see any new Discord messages over there. Or did you put it in the server? You put it in my server? All right, let's take a look at it. Let's see. I don't see it. I don't see it in Let's Chat. I don't see it in Let's Chat. Anywho. Y'all, welcome on in. Really appreciate you guys all being here this morning. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful morning. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Can we get this thing up to 100,000 likes over on TikTok? We took a little restriction already this morning. So if you guys help me out with that, I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys send those heart me's, hit those follow buttons. If you guys like to support the live, I do have a little live gift goal going on over there. My pay links are in the bio. They're all at Polypolitics. And I also have super chats and gifting over on YouTube. So if you guys like support, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here this morning. Oh, what a weird day. What a weird day. Somebody described, and I want to move on to talking about Mitch McConnell. I saw something that was really funny. It said, what did it say? How did it go? It said expecting to lose Mitch McConnell, but losing Lindsey Graham instead is kind of like being told you're going to get a chocolate chip cookie, and then somebody hands you a snickerdoodle. Like, I am confused, but I'm not upset. What is going on with Mitch McConnell? I hope you guys saw the picture, right? Like, I'm not like, this isn't like new news to you guys, right? The picture that they relate, like the proof of life picture that they produced for Mitch McConnell. Like, it doesn't even like kind of close to look real. Here it is. Let me put up on the screen with his note. Like, it doesn't even kind of look real. Somebody's already just went into like, I don't know if it was like ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever they did. But they actually went in there and just said, make an AI picture of Mitch McConnell looking happy. And it did this exact photo, except for he was wearing like khakis instead of jeans. The theory is Mitch McConnell consumed Lindsey Graham for sustenance. Makes more sense. Sorry. I wasn't ready for that. So apparently this newspaper ain't even from this year. They had to go back and change the like the original posting of this video was like 6 hours in the future. Now there's a couple other things I noticed about it. But anyways, this is what he said. Okay? So this is his little note that he posted as like his proof of life. Okay? He said, "To my fellow Kentuckians, when you elected me to a 7th term and made me our Commonwealth's longest serving senator, you did so trusting that I'd keep showing up to the fight for you every single day. And over the past several weeks, Elaine and I have appreciated both your well wishes and your honest questions about what was keeping me away from the Senate. You all know how folks of my generation often hesitate to share the vulnerability that comes with growing older, even in the public eye. I feel that that same instinct. I can't help it. But at the same time, I've had more than my share of experience with physical vulnerabilities. Surviving childhood polio meant spending my entire life with mobility challenges. They haven't exactly gotten easier to manage with age. And last month I took a fall, which landed me in the hospital. My doctors have confirmed that I didn't break any bones or suffer a concussion. I didn't have a heart attack or a stroke. I don't have any tumors or hemorrhages, but I was briefly unconscious and was taken to the hospital where I received excellent care over the past few weeks. I've also had to deal with a mild case of pneumonia. I can assure you that I've been a good patient at my age. I tend to do what my doctors tell me to do. I've submitted to every last test they can think of to help figure out what's caused this incident. I'm continuing to do everything that they ask to speed my recovery. In fact, with signs of continued progress, I've been able to move from hospital care to a rehabilitation center where I'll keep regaining my strength. As much as it frustrates me, this process takes time. And on the advice of my doctors, I won't be able to return to the Senate floor to vote quite yet. Rest assured that in the meantime, I'm not taking a break from the Senate business that matters to you most. I've been working closely with my legislative staff on current issues and with my current Kentucky team, who's been providing me with timely constituent service across the Commonwealth. I've also been keeping in touch with my Senate colleagues on the appropriations process, midterm politics, and everything in between. You're right to expect your representatives to work hard for you, and mark my decision to retire at the end of my term this coming January was being honest about the demands of the Senate work, but I still have unfinished business to complete on our behalf, and I will have every intention to finish the job you elected me to do. I keep working hard to get back to the Senate floor as soon as possible, and I'll keep you posted on my progress and recovery. Until then, I'm so grateful for your prayers and well wishes." Now, the first thing that I noticed, okay, the first thing that I noticed about this, because this came out yesterday. All right, I don't know if y'all noticed it too. The first thing that I noticed about this is that he didn't mention Lindsey Graham. That was the first thing that I noticed, was that he did not mention Lindsey Graham. So you're going to tell me that he's in touch with all of his friends at the Senate. All right? That he's been friends with all that he's been in talking to all of his friends at the Senate. They're talking about midterm politics. And nobody thought to mention to him that his friend is dead? Really? 8 paragraphs from a guy who's in a hospital, right? Which, this is, by the way, this is the same guy, all right, who literally, not too long ago, was up on stage and froze at a podium, couldn't talk. We all saw it. All right? We all saw it. And then all of a sudden, his friend dies, and he puts out a post that same day and doesn't mention it? Really? Seriously? You know how many times I've seen those two together? You know how many times, like, how many long these guys, I mean, they've both been in the freaking Senate for what, 25 plus years? Now, that was my first, that was the first thing that threw me off, okay? Then what happened? This was actually the second photo they put out. The first photo they put out, all right? The first one that they put out was immediately flagged as AI. Immediately. All right? It was immediately flagged as AI. Then they had to, and the timestamp on it was wrong. So two things. The timestamp was wrong. And, okay. Like the whole thing. Anyways. You can actually look at pictures of Mitch McConnell from like recently. All right. I think I have one. Oh, that's funny. I can't. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put that up. That was funny though. I just saw something. Yeah, the time when it was first released yesterday, it was released at like 3 o'clock or something, 4 o'clock. The timestamp on the post was 6 hours in the future. Like the timestamp on the post was 6 hours in the future. It showed like 9:25 p.m. And then they took that one down and they put up the new photo of it. And then you had this. Hold on. I don't even want, let me see if I can pull it up. I'm not going to make y'all watch the Michael Jackson video again. That's just too funny. Where's it at? I know I have it. Like just the whole thing looks off, dude. Look at his wrist right there. Even in this one, I can't even make it bigger. I need to save the photo so I can put it up there bigger. Like there's this weird line across like his wrist. I don't know if you guys can see it in the photo here. I might have to try to like save the photo and try to put it up. But like there's this weird line across his wrist, right? And it's like, it's almost like where the rot ends. I don't see that's a weird colored hospital. That's a weird colored hospital tag. Since when do they make hospital tags skin colored? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I'm looking off a photo that it's just been posted out there on C-SPAN. I don't know. All right. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on. Let's do this. I mean, I don't see it. If you guys see, this is off the photo that fucking C-SPAN posted. Okay, which is supposed to be directly from their from Mitch McConnell's team themselves. Okay, but it looks like his hand is rotting, and then all of a sudden it just stops rotting. It's just like it disappeared. And it's also really weird, okay? It's also really weird, all right, that they just happened to post it right after Lindsey Graham died. All right? Because all of a sudden, after Mitch McConnell's been gone for all this time, right? He's been gone for all this time. And then all of a sudden, as soon as Lindsey Graham dies, then all of a sudden, oh, we have a post from Mitch McConnell. He's great, guys. He's just amazing. I saw the message in mod chat. I don't know what it means. All of a sudden, he's just awesome. All of a sudden, he shows up with weird AI stuff, right? All of a sudden, he shows up with weird AI stuff. All of a sudden, he doesn't mention Lindsey Graham. All of a sudden, like, he's just all healthy and everything else, right? All of a sudden, he's all healthy and everything else. All right? And then they have people that actually looked it up. Look at this. Somebody literally put it in. This is what AI said about the photo. All right. This was right after they posted the photo. Someone was like, that's not right. And so they literally pulled the photo, put it in the AI, and AI was like, yep, it's AI. 100%. Yep. And none of this came up. None of this came up until after freaking Andy Bashir was like, hey, we need to know what's going on. Cause you just go MIA all of a sudden, right? He goes MIA all of a sudden. Thank you so much, Retracted. He goes MIA all of a sudden. All right. Then they finally start asking, yo, where you at? And now all of a sudden he pops up. Let's be very clear. August 3rd is the deadline. Right? They need him to survive till August 3rd. They need him to survive until August 3rd. It's just all too convenient. There's just too much convenient stuff going on. All right? There's just too much convenient stuff going on. All right? Just way too much. I've never been a conspiracy theory person. What is this? Let's see. Hold on. Somebody sent me something. I take a look at that and verify that. But yeah, I've never been a conspiracy theory person. It's not really me. But just when too many things start lining up all at one time, like you'd have to be dumb to ignore it. When too many things start lining up in one shot, there's just too much to ignore. It's just one thing after another. It starts with the Lindsey Graham thing. Iran threatens him. The next thing you know, he visits a Ukraine drone factory. Next day, Lindsey Graham dies. Next day, Mitch McConnell shows up out of nowhere. Just healthier. This is healthier. This is healthier than Mitch McConnell looked before he went in there. Mitch McConnell didn't look this good before he went unconscious and ended up in the hospital. His wife's skincare routine, beautiful. Not a blemish, bro. Not a blemish. Not a blemish. Oh, let's see if I can pull it. Let me do this here. Hold on. Not a blemish, dude. Let me see if I can pull it. Let me do this real quick. Hold on. I want to get a better view of the picture. Let's see. Not a blemish, dude. Teeth, perfect. All right. Perfect. Perfect. She looks 30 years old. Oh yeah, we can go to the newspaper too. Great. Looks legit to me. Looks legit to me. Is that a... I can't even tell what team that is. I can't even figure out what... Isn't that tag usually on the inside of shirts? Sorry. That just something I quick... Isn't that tag usually on the inside of shirts? Not always? Okay. Maybe I'm tripping on that one. That could be me. That one could be on me. Some shirts do have tags there. Okay, cool. I'll extract that point. I'll retract that one. I'll retract that one. What team? I couldn't figure out what team. It looks like... I can't tell. I don't know. Everyone's saying it's a 2024 photo. I haven't seen the original photo. It's the Aggies. Okay, that actually checks. Yeah, I keep hearing people talk about that 2024 photo. But this one's actually really funny. Hold on. I can pull this up in a sec. By the way, Tolly, thank you so much for the $2 over on Cash App. I really appreciate that. Said that's obviously McConnell's yearbook picture. That's kind of funny. That's actually really funny. W's the chat for Tolly for the $2 over there. I appreciate that. If you guys would like to support the live, again, this is completely crowdfunded, all on you guys. I am trying to do this every morning from now on. So if you guys would like to support, it would really, really mean a lot to me to help me keep this new format going, new live going, new 5 days a week format going, one I can actually do pretty much every day. So if you guys would like to see that continue, please help support. I do have the live gift goal, the hearts going on over there. We've been going for like an hour. There's only one gone. Would love that. Also super chats, memberships, all that fun stuff will always go a long way, and all the little gifts too also. So am I still gonna do evening lives? I am going to do a couple evening lives a week, but I should be here in the mornings Monday through Friday, and then I'll do like twice a week probably where I do evening lives with full debates and everything like that. So that's the idea. We'll see if I can pull it off. We'll see if I can pull it off. Hopefully. We're going to try. I'm trying to stay more consistent for Joe, okay? Ugh. Anyways. This is the side-by-side comparison. Y'all really hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate it. Yeah. So this is a before and after of Mitch McConnell. This is a before and after, just for fun. This is just a before and after. All right. Somehow his neck got tighter, which is a weird thing I wish I never had to say. I wish I never had to say that a man's neck got tighter. That's I'd be pretty cool if I never had to say those words. Anyways, sorry, I had to think about that a little bit longer. Hold on, Matt. So Matt sent me something. Hold on. Oh, is this the actual photo? Matt, can you send me that in Discord? So I can DM me that in Discord if you can. I'd really appreciate it. I want to put it up on the screen for everybody to see it. I guess I could. Hold on. I could try just bookmark it, huh? I might have bookmark it. Yeah. Anyways, the forehead smoothness is the one that really got me. The forehead smoothness is the part that really, really, really got me. All right. That's the one that really got me. All right. Because it's like, make it bigger. I can't, guys, if I make it too much bigger, it's going to be the whole screen. Hold on. Let me see what I can do. Ow. All right. I can't do this. There we go. How about that? Y'all see it okay now? So, there you go. All right. So, first of all, whoever said everybody gets Botox whenever they get CPR, fuck y'all, that's funny as shit. Fuck y'all, that's funny as shit. That's funny as shit. But yeah, all the wrinkles gone, all the blemishes on his face are gone. Look at how his skin looks right here. Okay? Look how many blemishes. And there's nothing wrong with having blemishes. He's like 80. There's nothing wrong with having blemishes, but where did they all go? Where did they all go? All right? It just, the hair got grayer, the skin got tighter, the neck got tighter, which again, I'm not happy about saying. Okay? His neck actually looks longer too. His neck actually looks longer. Anyways, I don't even think this is the same fucking person. Do you think there's any possibility he just had a lookalike? Maybe it's not. Maybe instead of AI, maybe this is just simply a lookalike. Is that possible? Again, more of us should go unconscious and end up in the hospital because we could all lose 10 years. Here's what really annoys me. Okay, and I gotta get, hold on. Actually, no, I'm gonna bring up this thing Matt sent me real quick. I think Matt sent me something in Discord. And I wanna pull it up. So this was the newspaper. I want to compare the two. Hold on, I want to compare the two. All right, so we have. All right, hold on. We're gonna pull up the newspaper. This is supposedly the newspaper. It's just weird that you can't make it out. Like, it just doesn't look right, man. Like, I can see where, like, the words over here kind of say, like, possibly is all check showdown. Maybe? I'm not sure. Anytime. Anyways, I'll say this. And first of all, well, Feisty, thank you so much for the GOAT trophy. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. So I was talking to my mom yesterday. First of all, since she might be listening today, can we get huge W's in the chat for Polly's mom? Can we get big W's in the chat for Polly's mom? So my mom has been dealing with shingles. So she's been struggling quite a bit lately. Dealing with shingles. My mom is 80 years old, for you guys who didn't know. She just turned 80. She turned 80 last November. So she's closing in on 81 over here. Why didn't she get the shingles vaccine? She did. She got 2 shingles vaccines, I think. 1 or 2. And she still got it. It happens. Okay. So she's been dealing with shingles lately, but I called her yesterday because I wanted to see how she was doing. Because obviously, you know, shingles sucks ass. And we started talking about this. So she hasn't been keeping up with all the news and stuff because she's been struggling. Mom, you got a whole bunch of W's in the chat if you are listening. She said she might be listening with my early one. To my early live. And so she hasn't been keeping up with as much of the news lately because she's been hurting, right? And I start telling her about Lindsey Graham. I start telling her about Mitch McConnell. We all know Donald Trump is rotting to death. And we was just started having a conversation about how no 80-year-olds should be running this country. About how just 80-year-olds should not be running this country. It is wild. Okay? Because you get sick more easily, you get hurt more easily. It just happens when you get 80, right? Like this is why 80-year-olds generally don't work. They usually hang out and play golf and play poker and chill the fuck out, right? Why do we the fact, all right, that we have Lindsey Graham, who we're trying to have an argument about on whether he was assassinated or whether he just died because he's old. Mitch McConnell, we need proof of life photos because he's just dropping unconscious just randomly. All right. And we have Donald Trump in there who has no idea what's going on. He's threatening thousands of missiles, yelling praise Allah in his fucking Truth Social post. Watch his hands. His hands literally look like they're falling apart. Why the fuck do we have so many 80-year-olds that are running this country? First of all, you're completely no offense to any of the 80-year-olds out there. I love all of y'all. Okay. But I'm pretty sure at 80, you were born in 45, 46 right now? Would just love to get some politicians who understand, the internet. Like, I mean, we do live in 2026. Like, if you're going to be making policy about how AI is going to work in the future of this country, maybe your age shouldn't have to check your email for you. You know? Maybe you shouldn't have to have some college age intern that comes and saves you, you know, like when your phone gets unplugged and you think that like you're being hacked or something. I don't know. It's just crazy that we're having this conversation. It's just wild to me that we're having this conversation. It's just wild to me that we're even having this conversation with this many 80-year-olds, 70-something-year-olds, whatever. Don't we have someone that's like 90? I think, don't we have someone that's like 90 in Congress? I think it's someone that's like 90. That's nuts to me. Here's what my mom's take is, okay? I actually was being more lenient. I said, I think you should have to finish your term, whatever term it is, by the age of 72. So that was my set. You have to finish whatever term you're in by 72. My mom said, no, it's too old still. She said 70. She said 70. She said 70 years old. You want to run for president? You better start by the time you're 66. And you get one term. That's it. One. Uno. You want to be a senator? Cool. You better start running early. All right? You better start running early. Okay, you better start that last term by the time you're 64. That's it. All right? And it's crazy too, because like we had Obama. Like Obama, I looked it up because I couldn't remember exactly. Obama started his presidency. Do you know how old he was? Most of y'all know. Y'all are smart. Started at 47. He first became president at 47 years old. Okay? Which means he was done at 55. By the time he left it, he's been reversing. Him and Michelle have been like reversing in age since then. But when he left, he looked 65. That's how much stress he was under. Okay, I'm 40. All right? Just to put, I'll be 40 in a few months. That's like the perfect age. Like, truthfully, that is the perfect age. You should be between 45 and 55 to be president. Judges, same thing. Judges, 100%. You turn 65, you're no longer a judge, period. That's it. We're done. You're just not, like, the presidency should age you. It should be hard. It should be hard. I don't know if you guys heard Obama talking recently, because he was talking about, like, he was on that podcast. I don't remember which podcast it was. Speaking of podcast, the Polypolitics podcast is out. Go check it out. New episode came out Friday. There'll be a new episode on this Friday, which is just an interview. It's just an interview. If you guys like my interviews and like my debates, you're going to love the podcast that is getting ready to come up on this Friday. So don't miss it. And but anyways, Obama was talking about saying, I was making like a dozen critical decisions every day. I didn't have all this time to be worried about what my predecessor was doing. All right? So that's why it really concerns me of who's making the decisions in the Trump administration. Because I know Donald Trump's falling asleep in all of his meetings. I know it's been said, like it's come out of the White House saying that he's pretty much only good from like noon to like 4 to make like any decisions. Because he's too busy like sleeping or whatever, trying to eat McDonald's. All right? And all he does is ever talk about what Obama's doing and what Biden's doing, right? That's the only thing he seems to have time for. Right? Building his ballroom. Who the fuck? Please tell me. Can any of y'all tell me? Can y'all name one person under the age of 65 who gives a shit about a ballroom? We don't have balls? What is this, fucking Cinderella? What the fuck are you talking about? A ballroom. That is no offense to y'all up there. That is some 80-year-old rich people shit. Period. That is some 80-year-old rich person shit. Okay? Even if I was like president and I was like going to build something, I'd call it like a convention center. Like, you know what we need? We need a convention center. I would never say, fucking, we need to build a ballroom. That's what. It's so out of touch. It's so out of touch with reality. All right? And I know it's not just because of his age, okay? I know it's not just because of Donald Trump's age. But it's not because of Donald Trump's age either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that all of it is just his age, but like, it's not all not his age, right? If the senator for Kentucky was, and I'll put some, like I said, I've said very clearly on this live before, right? Plenty of times, right? That I am not a Thomas Massey fan. Yes, I appreciate what he did for the Epstein victims and all that sort of stuff. He's still done a whole bunch of shit where I'm not a fan of him. Okay? But how old's Thomas Massey? Like, what, 40, late 40s, early 50s, maybe? The ballrooms for the big balls. Arnold Palmer balls. Like he can't be that old, right? At least he's in touch with reality. I'd much rather see Thomas Massey in this seat than Mitch McConnell, which I think is the only reason that he's even still pretending to be alive while we're doing a full Weekend at Bernie's fucking marionette show. Anyways, I say all that to say, please, for the love of God, whether you're a Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're independent, please, stop voting in people, okay, that we have to, like, that are just going to start falling unconscious, and we don't know why, because they're so old that they can't. Please. For the love of fucking God, stop. This is crazy. You can't even stop fucking old people that are crazy. What? They don't give a shit. At least if people are young and crazy, then you can hold them accountable. Mitch McConnell doesn't even know where the fuck he's at. Like, he doesn't even know where the fuck he's at. How are you supposed to hold someone in check that doesn't know which plane of existence they're on? Anyways, how are you supposed to hold? This guy doesn't give a shit if he destroys the entire fucking world. He doesn't give a shit because he's not going to be here long enough to see it. He's got 1 foot here and 1 foot in what I assume is hell. All right? He doesn't know which one is which because he probably has like a nurse that's black, so he thinks he's already in hell or something. I don't fucking know. Racist piece of shit. Anyways, we just have to stop this. This shit is crazy, dude. This shit is wild. Okay? And yes, I love picking apart the photo. Okay? I do. It's fun. It's seeing his stupid wrist that's not even close to look like this AI photo that took like 20 years off of him. All right. Yes, it's funny, but there's like a bigger issue here. And the bigger issue is that we should just have never been in this position to begin with, because he should not be in the Senate because he's 4,000 years old. Okay. And guess what, guys? I know like so many of you guys like, oh, you ever going to run for office? If I am going to run for office, you better tell me to do it soon. Okay. Thanks, Ari. He's been in office since 1984. 1984. For y'all that just put out that I'll be 40 this year, and I was born in 1986. For y'all that aren't great with quick math. Okay? I am full grown with almost a full grown kid. Okay? And he's been in the Senate longer than I've been alive. I could like if things had I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad like right in the scene. I literally look at me, look at my face, okay? I like if things had gone awry in a different level. I have friends of mine that are my age that are grandpas. Okay? I have friends of mine who are grandpas. And Mitch McConnell was in the Senate before we were born. Maybe term limits. Maybe term limits, guys. Maybe term limits. Anyways. All right. I'll lay off the old people for a bit. But please stop. Jesus Christ. Stop. Midterms of this year. If whoever is on your ballot, and this is like, I know like so many of y'all are like vote blue no matter who. Okay? I get it. I understand. The Trump administration's horrible. You guys want them out. I get it. I understand. Please, for the love of all that is holy, okay? If your Democratic representative is 80 years old, vote independent or something. Good God. I don't give a shit if you're a Democrat or not. If you are that fucking old, you should not be in Congress. Holy shit. And if you haven't gone through your midterms, and if you're young and you're out there, sorry, I said I was going to stop for a second. I'm going to keep going for a second. If you're young, and by young, I mean just like, I'm using young very, very loosely. Okay? I'm going to use young very, very loosely here. Okay? Because I don't consider myself young. Okay? If you're young, and by young, I mean like younger than Lindsey Graham was. Okay? For the love of fucking God, go vote. For the love of fucking God, go vote. Okay? Because half the reason why these freaking 4,000-year-old people keep ending up in Congress is because the only people that go vote are people that are their age. All right? The only people that are going out and voting, especially in things like midterms, are people that are this guy's age. All right? It's the truth. If you look at the demographics of voters, okay, it is generally the highest turnouts by percentage tend to be the older generation. Okay? Which means if you want younger people in, you have to vote younger people in. And if you're young and your friends don't go vote, you need to drag them by their ears to the polls. Okay? Like you're their grandpa, and just grab them by the ears. Okay? And say, go vote for somebody younger. Please. Give them a Werther's or something. All right? Shit, dude. Like, go vote. Go vote younger people in. I've been interviewing politicians. I have a bunch of authors that are going to be on my podcast very soon. There are so many people that are younger that run for office. There's so many people that were younger. All right? Go vote for them. Please. And if there's not someone younger, go run for office. Okay? If you're tuned into this show at 11:30 on a Monday, you probably know more than half the people that you're running against. All right? You probably know more than half the people that you're running against. All right. I'll leave it alone. Y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. I really, really appreciate y'all. Can we get this thing over on TikTok? Can we get this thing up to 100,000 likes? I really appreciate that. And send those heart me's. We're at like 52. I feel like we should be at least 100 by now. I know the numbers are moving a little slow. I'm at a new time, and also, well, I got a restriction almost immediately. So it's all good. So if you haven't sent those heart me's, I appreciate that. Also, I got the hearts as a live goal. I'm trying to clear that off the gift gallery early in the week. And we've been going for like an hour and a half. We're at 2 of the 10. So that would really mean a lot. If you're over on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button. If you guys like support, I do have super chats. I love to put those up, read them in between conversations and stuff. And so, yeah, I appreciate that. Also, I have gifts over there. Like I said, I already thanked Feisty for the GOAT trophy. So thank you so much. And yeah, it's really awesome. Also, like I slightly mentioned for a second over there, the podcast is out. We are kind of changing the podcast a bit. So for the next while, the podcast is going to be it's just going to be a lot of interviews. And we're going to see how that plays out. I've listened to you guys' comments. You guys have really liked the interviews, like a lot. And so if you want the current events section of what you've been listening to my podcast, that's what we're kind of going to do here in the mornings. And if you love the interviews, check out the podcast. I interview, so this week's episode will be my interview with, his name is Paul Darling. He is the host of a podcast called War 102. He is a retired Army Lieutenant Colonel. And we are going to talk a lot of Iran, and we are going to talk a lot of Afghanistan. And it is a really good, really good conversation. I will say that. We do not agree on a lot of stuff when it comes to both of them. So if you like some of my debate content and stuff, picture it's going to be somewhat like my debate content, except for instead of a debate with whatever, moron you guys are used to hearing me talk to, it's going to be a debate with somebody that's actually knows what they're talking about and is intelligent. So, should be really, really fun. Should be really, really fun. Foster, thank you so much for the heart. I appreciate that. We're going to get to that 10. I swear we are. Hey, that's okay. If you guys don't like the interviews, like I said, if you like the current events, that's what we're going to do here every morning. All right. If you like my debate stuff, you're going to like the new interviews a lot more. I promise you. Feisty, thank you so much for the gifted membership too. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't know why that's not showing up on my screen. Well, it might be behind this actually. There it is. Feisty, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I appreciate that. That's okay. That's okay. We are expanding and we're moving. All right. WC Chat for Feisty for the gifted and for the hearts and all that sort of stuff. We are trying to keep the lights on, the roof going on this thing as we kind of change stuff. Ever consider going on modern day debate? I know it's a shithole of MAGA idiots, but something reach a lot of people. I've never heard of that. So, no, I have not considered it because I don't know what that is. that never heard of it. Ever. All right, we are going to move on to a little quick thing. Yes, Tara, I saw we are going to talk about tomorrow's morning show. We are going to talk about the ICE shooting in Maine. We're going to talk about the ICE shooting in Houston. We are going to talk about what was I going to talk about? Oh, we're going to talk about Iran. We're going to talk about Iran and the blockade. And I think there were some updates on his IRS lawsuit too. So we're going to talk about all those things, plus any news that comes out today. We're going to talk about all those things on tomorrow's show. So make sure you guys are here. Make sure you guys are here. All right, cool. Real quick, I just wanted to mention this one thing before we move on to opening up the phone lines is the Hunter Biden thing. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys are super familiar with what happened. I bet you guys are also really confused on why you're hearing Hunter Biden's name again, which I'm still confused on also, or why I ever heard it to begin with. To be completely honest with you, I don't really know why we ever actually talked about Hunter Biden. Regardless, he just won a defamation lawsuit for like $1.7 million against Steve Byrne, who's the ex-CEO of Overstock, over a bunch of claims about him getting like $800 million check from Iran for pretty much favors from Joe Biden, right? So it took him to court for defamation. They couldn't provide any evidence that this ever happened. Not only that, but the judge also said that not only is there no proof that Steve Byrne have no proof that not Steve Byrne, Patrick Byrne, I apologize. Patrick Byrne. No proof that it happened, but actually knew that it was all malicious. And he said it anyway. And is awarding him $1.7 million for that. Can you imagine? First of all, why we ever heard about Hunter Biden to begin with is the craziest thing. The only reason we ever heard about Hunter Biden is because they couldn't find shit on Joe Biden. Right? They couldn't find shit on Joe Biden. So they had to try to bring Hunter Biden in. Right? And all those people that were attacking Hunter Biden for all these years are all the same people that are encouraging the Trump administration to literally sue the government, put that fucking money directly into his own pocket, to do all of these things, right? To watch Donald Trump literally take this Qatari jet, which he can't even fly in, because apparently they didn't do any of the security checks. He didn't do any of the security checks on the jet before he fucking flew it. Anyways, which is just crazy, especially after what may or may not have happened to Lindsey Graham, right? But now we're finding out Hunter Biden is losing defamation cases. Hunter Biden is winning defamation cases because now we're finding out that all the shit that they were saying about him was all a bunch of fucking bullshit. I had to hear about Hunter Biden for 2 fucking years. For 2 fucking years. About how bad this guy was. And then come to find out, we're finding out most of the shit they were telling him about wasn't even fucking real. While those same people, they don't even fucking lift a finger to talk about what the Trump administration was doing right now, as he literally robs the American people. As he literally robs him. As literally his middle name might as well be quid pro quo. Okay? As he literally gets gold bricks. As he literally gets gold bricks from Apple. As other countries are literally directly investing in his meme coins, in his crypto stable coins. And nobody's saying a goddamn thing about it. All these people that all they cared about was Hunter Biden. MTG with pictures of his wiener on the house floor. Like, shame on you. Shame on you. If you sat there and just tried to ruin Hunter Biden's life, who never held a single public office in his entire fucking life. Who never held a single public office in his entire fucking life. Okay? Maybe liked his nose candy a little bit too much. Okay? But that's about it. And y'all just put this guy through the fucking ringer while simultaneously, for some reason, just being okay. Completely okay. Not saying shit. All right? Not saying a damn thing about all the stuff Trump is doing. Shame on you. Okay? You're a shit person. If you're a politician, you're a shit politician for it. You're a shit politician for it. Have the slightest bit of fucking backbone, have the slightest bit of morality, have the slightest bit of fucking accountability for the things that you're fucking saying. And the things that you fucking do. And the things, and just want to ruin anybody's life as long as it progresses your political agenda. I'm glad, because I watched the Hunter Biden shit. He makes a big joke out of all of them. He makes them all look fucking stupid. All right? He makes them all look fucking stupid. All right? Not to mention, they're trying to change the law he got fucking convicted on. All right? Which wouldn't even be a law anymore. I don't think it, like, pretty soon it's not even going to be where it would have been a fucking law anymore. Y'all are wild for talking about this man like that. Especially when Don Jr. exists. Especially when Don Jr. just exists. All right? I've never seen someone so on crack in my entire fucking life. Like, straight the fuck up. Don Jr.'s just out there existing, being everything y'all told me Hunter Biden was. Y'all are out there fucking watching Don Jr. be every single thing you told me Hunter Biden was, and you ain't got shit to say about it. That's wild. That's wild, bro. That is fucking crazy. Anyways, those are the things I wanted to talk about. I'm going to switch over here and open up the phone lines real quick for anybody who wants to call in. Dude, Don Jr. actually exists in this world. And people have the nerve to talk about fucking Hunter. Like in this world, he does.
You are connected as the host. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio
thank
web
you.
interface.
Show the number? The number's on. Oh, I can glow it like that. It's right there. 904-809-7659. It is up on the screen in the bottom left corner, if you guys can see it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. Because if you guys are saying show it, then maybe you guys can't see it. But it's on there. Oh, okay, cool. If you guys can't read it, I can put it up on the screen bigger. I don't want to... I want to make sure y'all can see it. I want to make sure y'all can see it. It's kind of small. All right. Well, hey, guys, this is my first day in this setup. So I'm learning. All right. It's my first day in this setup, so I'm learning. Well, I have to, well, it won't glow anymore, but I can take it like this. Wow. Look at that. Look at that. Look how big it is. Look how big it is. Got the Chargers cap. Yeah, well, see, the Chargers cap's always back here, but for you guys that when I'm normally on just the portrait, you guys can't see it. No need to brag. Stop. That was funny. Well, I don't know. Can you guys even read the little growl? Stop. Can you stop? You guys make me laugh. Can y'all read the little things I have over here? Hopefully you guys can read them. If you can't, then I'll have to figure. No? Okay. Some of you can, some of you can't. I had them a little bit bigger. I shrunk them because it was taking up like my face. That's okay. If you guys can't, then just tell me. Feisty says I'm old. I have my nose pressed up against the screen. All right. Well, hey, there we go. Guys, I'm learning. So now I can make them. I can work on making them a little bit bigger so you guys can see them. Maybe we'll just do 2 or 3 of them next time, or maybe 2 of them. And we'll put them out something like... That's what it looks like with 3. I got to move over then. Hold on. I got to be over here now. Well, I wanted to let you guys know what I was... Again, y'all can call in if you have anything to say on any of these topics. I just wanted to make it where you guys could see what we're talking about. So this was just a little idea. I don't want to just be solid because I want people to come in and know what we're talking about. So, but maybe we'll just do, maybe tomorrow, what I'll do is maybe just something like, let's see. Maybe I'll do just something like this. And instead of having 3, I'll do it something like this. Well, maybe. Maybe I'll do it like this. And then when I switch topics, I'll just flip it over the same one. Maybe I'll go from like there, and then I can just flip it off and go like that. Maybe. That's an idea. Put it over my head? Then no one's going to be able to... Maybe put it... Yeah, you want me to put it... What do you... Reduce it, put it over my head, then no one will read it. No one will ever get to it. Make it a GIF or a reel? Well, that's fine, but it'd be changing every day. I don't know how that would work. It'd be changing every day. Anyways. I'll keep trying some stuff. I'll keep trying some different stuff. Who knows? We'll see. I want to make this a great viewing experience for all of you all. But I also want to use my landscape camera because I don't want to go in vertical mode. I like this mode. I will go vertical mode, but I will go vertical mode, but I prefer this mode. I can do more stuff on here. There's so much more room for activities. There's so much more room for activities. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. About yourself?
I'm doing great. What's on your mind? Good morning.
Well, long-time watcher, first-time caller. Wanted to say, first of all, that I love what you do. Your shows are always amazing, and I love this new format. But I'm kind of curious. I may have missed it because I didn't get to jump on when you first started. Have we talked at all about, with Lindsey Graham having just passed, I know that they're worried about Mitch McConnell having to have a special election. Are they going to have to do that with Lindsey Graham?
So at this point, the governor can appoint a new person to take Lindsey Graham's spot, and they will serve out the term. It looks like, or until the midterms, I believe. Right now, Donald Trump. Right now, Donald Trump has been has suggested that it's going to be Lindsey Graham's sister.
So it's a special appointee then, rather than like an election from the constituents.
Right, exactly. I think that goes until January. I think is the governor that can do it? I think it's the governor that can do it. But I think it's until January. And yeah, they're calling for it to be Lindsey Graham's sister.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the information.
I don't know if that's awesome or not, but we'll see what it is.
Well, no, it's not awesome because I mean it's Lindsey Graham's sister, but you know, awesome that I got to call and ask you and get some information. I always appreciate learning from you.
Absolutely, and thank you for the call. I really, really appreciate that.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, I can actually pull that up. There's like an article on it. Let's see. Lindsey Graham's sister appointed. Yeah, let's see. It's actually a really good point to bring up. Yeah, here's the article. Oh shoot, it's behind the thing now. Why did I do that? Sorry, 1 second. It's here. Trump pushes for Lindsey Graham's sister as a replacement after senator's death from aortic tear. President Donald Trump has called for the sister of Senator Lindsey Graham to serve as his temporary replacement after the South Carolina lawmaker died from aortic tear on Saturday. Trump said on Truth Social they recommended Graham's sister. Used to be a fabulous tribute to Lindsey, who served dearly. South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster plans to hold a news conference to announce an appointment to fill the vacancy until January. Yep. So, yep, that would be their answer to it. I don't know anything about his sister at all. I don't know. I don't know anything about his sister. I really don't. Didn't even know he had a sister. So, hopefully she's better than him. I don't know. I got nothing. If I find out more about her sister in the future, then we'll yeah. So, but cool. Thank you so much. That was Nick, I believe. Nick, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it. W's the chat for Nick for calling in. Yeah, apparently that's the sister that he became the legal guardian of. Yeah. What about Lindsey Graham's boyfriend? Has anybody checked Grindr stock just out of curiosity? I didn't know you were on the line yet. I didn't mean to click it. Sorry. That laugh was so perfectly timed. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, Paulie. How are you?
I'm doing great. What's your name? Where are you from? What's on your mind?
My name is Jeff. I'm 66 from Southeast Idaho.
All right. What's on your mind today, man?
So, I watch a lot of. Obviously, I am a tiny blue dot in a wave of red idiots, and I watch a lot of different people. I watch you. I watch Santana. I watch Dean Withers and Parker, and I like all your different styles. I heard somebody say one time that they thought you should do more debates, and I commented that I think you're more conversational than a debater, and I also watch guys like Texas Paul, and my point is that I've seen people that disparage different people in their podcasts because they're not exactly who they would like to be. Jessica Denson's another one. She was a do you know who Jessica Denson is?
I don't know.
Okay, Jessica Denson was in the Trump administration, the first Trump administration, and
Okay.
they harassed her and sexually harassed her, and she actually came out of there, educated herself, became an independent, I believe, but she also she fought against the Trump administration, and she got all of his NDAs nullified.
Oh, I do remember this story. Like, I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she is now the head of something called the Removal Coalition. Do you remember was that Major Jason Watson, the guy who just got arrested on the Capitol steps?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, he worked with her, and that was all coordinated together. And so, I mean, she's got a great platform. She is big into impeachment. And my point is that different podcasts and different platforms are going to appeal to different people. And I think that if we try and shut out one platform because we don't like just the fact that Jessica Denson was once in the Trump administration, or we don't like the fact that Paulie isn't a debater, is more of a conversationalist, or that your girlfriend is incredibly intelligent, dude. I think the world of her. Anyway,
I agree. Yeah.
you would. But I think that if we can get more of the word out about listen to different venues, listen to nothing. I'm not talking about listening to people like on the right or people that are conspiracy theories. I'm talking about listening to people that would appeal to different audiences on the left, whether it's progressive, whether it's moderate left, whether it's center left, whether I just think that if we listen to different people, we have a much better chance of taking the House, taking the Senate. I mean, that Senate, I don't know. I'm with you. I turned on your program this morning, and I was thinking the same thing about, yeah, that's not a proof of life. That's just a bunch of crap. And so I think that I think that we need to listen to different people and appeal to larger audiences so that we can make sure that we at least get one branch of the government. It's not going to be great. We're still going to have to fight against the Supreme Court, and we're still going to have to fight against that idiot in the White House, which how people can still defend him. Now, I don't know how you do it. I don't. I listen to some of the people that come up and talk to you, and I'm like, I can give their answers before you ask a question, and I'm thinking they're going to go, no, and sure enough, they go, no. It's just horrendous. Anyway, so that was what I had to say. I just wanted to encourage people to listen to different venues and different platforms so that we can reach larger audiences, because let's face it, not enough of us are politically inclined and not enough of us vote.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree with you for the most part. And I've always said I'm not a debater. That I'm here to have political conversations with people. That's why I actually wanted to open up this type of platform to be able to have conversation with all different types of people, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, and to be able to have a talk about politics and do that sort of stuff. And yeah, everybody has their little different styles, and that's what makes us all different from each other. And I agree with I agree with not pearl clutching, right? I do, and I agree with that across the board, right? Like that we shouldn't just be trying to find any tiny little flaw with anybody that we can, and then and extrapolating that to say that somebody's a completely bad person. And I do agree with listening to people, even if those people don't always agree with me, right? Because I'm not some omnipotent being, right? I'm just a human being, and so with my opinions, and I hope that you guys like my opinions and agree with them. And if you guys have disagreements with them, that's okay also. But we also have to set our limits too on that, right? Because there are some people that have caused so much damage or so much pain for other people that it's kind of hard for them to take a turn to where they should be listened to like heavily. And who was I just thinking of? There was something that was on my head.
Michael Cohen was a great example of that. I got taken in by him, and I believed, and I still do believe that for the most part, he did come over to the left for a while, but then the draw was too great, and he was too much wanting to kiss Donald Trump's ass again, and so he went right back to it, and I was like, what a piece of shit. I mean, I believed in him for the longest time, only to have him become a turncoat. And I understand that now he's supposed to be an announcer or a radio show host, something like that. He's got some sort of platform that Trump is endorsing, and I'm like, well, I wasted a lot of time putting my faith into that guy, and he just screwed us.
So right when Michael Cohen got on social media, I ended up talking to him. I was actually on his show for a bit because I wanted to pick his brain. But I think he's a great example of somebody that I think, based off of his circumstance, he was somebody that we should listen to momentarily, just to hear the inner workings of the Trump administration, but not somebody that we should that should have been a long-term follow, right? Like he's not somebody that I think we should have gone to as the bastion of a moral compass, right? based off of the things that he did.
Right.
But we could listen to him for a second because he gave us a lot of information on the inner workings of the Trump administration, how he operates, how Trump thinks, how people like Donald Trump manipulate people, and he gets his way with people, right? So I think that Michael Cohen is a perfect example of that type of person who's just kind of who's a temporary listen to, right? I think I'd probably say the same thing about
But look how far he made it. He made it all the way up to with doing a show with Ben Lysalis. You know, which that's a whole nother story for me.
We're not going to get into Ben, but
yeah.
but regardless, I think that there's a lot of people like that, right? And I see this a lot with people like Thomas Massey, where people like he started doing the Epstein thing, and that's great. Like I highly respect the stance he took in helping the Epstein victims. The exact same thing with like MTG, you know, when she took that stance when it came to the Epstein victims, and I think that that's awesome. Neither of them are people that you should be listening to long term because of that stance, right? Because both of them have been detrimental to the U.S. and the bills that they voted for and the things that they've supported in the Republican Party, the things they've supported with Donald Trump. All of the harm that they've caused. They don't make up for all of that stuff due to that one. You can appreciate the one good deed while also keeping your distance as far as a long-term project, right? And I think that people like Michael Cohen, people like MTG, people like Thomas Massey, all kind of fall into that same type of category.
John Fetterman when he first started, and now look at him.
Ooh, don't get me started on Fetterman. That
oh my God. Horrible.
There's someone I listen to like very, very often. She's probably one of my favorite social media creators. She goes by Amanda's Mild Takes, and she's like, yeah, with Lindsey Graham out and Mitch McConnell out, the Senate's down to 51 senators for the Republicans, unless you count Fetterman, then it's 52. And I was dying. I was absolutely dying. That shit was so fucking funny, man. That shit cracked me up. And for y'all that voted for Fetterman out there, I don't blame you. Your other option was Dr. Oz. Okay, I'm not mad at y'all.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm not mad at y'all. All right, I'm just saying, you guys are just kind of a rock and a hard place over there. Okay, so I'm not mad at y'all for doing it. I'm mad at him for being a piece of shit. All right, that's it.
Yep.
So,
yeah, well, no, I agree. In fact, I heard recently that he started a collaboration of fundraising with a Republican, and they're like, this is the beginning of him going over to the Republican Party.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you heard anything about that, but
I didn't, but I will look into it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, they said he started fundraising with a Republican for the upcoming elections for when he has to be elected again. That's
probably because he knows the Democrats are done with him.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That if he has to run in a Democratic primary, he will lose.
Absolutely. Absolutely, you will. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
All right, sir. Well, I just wanted to call and throw my 2 cents in there, and please give Summer some pets for me. And
I will.
And I hope you have a wonderful. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
I hope you do also. All right. You have a good one, man.
You too. Thanks, bud.
Bye. Well, that was a nice conversation. Fetterman's so fucked. There's no way. I don't know where y'all are at. I just can't imagine. I just can't imagine like who he would be running against that you guys would vote for Fetterman on. I don't know who it would be. I don't know who it would be. I don't know who it would be. You sent it to my Insta? All right, check it out. All right. Well, we got a few phone calls. I'm going to be back on tomorrow. And here's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to take a look. Mark, I'll take a look at your stuff, okay? Here's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to be back on at 10 a.m. again tomorrow. We're going to be back on with some new topics. And we're going to run topics for about an hour. And after that hour, I'm going to open up the phone lines. I talked for quite a bit longer, but we had a lot of news going on with Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. So I'm going to run through news and talk and do all that stuff for about an hour tomorrow. So between like between 10 and 11 o'clock Central. And then at 11 o'clock or around 11 o'clock Central, I'm going to open up the phone line. So anybody who wants to call in, anybody who has stuff to say on the topics or anything else, y'all just call on in or join the guest request box and we can have a conversation then. All right. Sound good? All right. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on this beautiful Monday morning. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central. All right. Love y'all. Y'all have a good one. Okay. Bye.